Yo, people, what's going on? Back again for some more footy talk. Bro, KG, you look mad uncomfortable, bro. From the jump, bro.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
He just went, I'm good, man. I'm good.
He looks, bruv, jumpy, fam. I'm telling you, mad twitchy, bro. What you man saying?
I'm sorry, me boys. I'm all right. Even though I'm sure we're going to touch on it, but even though we've just drew with a bunch of 12-year-olds, I'm sorry, not drew. Felt like a loss to be fair. We'll beat them 4-1 with a bunch of 12-year-olds. It is what it is. But regarding, I'm all right.
Yeah, man. KG, bro. What's going on, bro?
It's all good, man. I'm all good. Good to be here talking football with the fellas. That's what it's all about, man.
Bro, it is mad, bro. It's mad. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Man, just have to talk about your goalkeeper, bro. Like, what was he doing, bro? Like what was man really on, bro? Like, man had like fairy liquid gloves on, bro. Like, that man dropped 2 clangers, yeah, in a row. I was confused watching that game because I just seeing Leeds peppering them, yeah, and can't finish their dinner, and then out of nowhere, man are just 2-0 down, bro, chasing the game against Towie blood. Like, it's not even serious. Like, I just don't even know, bro.
You know what? I'm ready for all of that because you know what, we deserve it for that performance we put in on the weekend, man. The goalkeeper, I've told you all before as well about Kiko Casilla. The racism aside, he's an atrocious goalkeeper, man. He's got no business being at a Premier League team. I mean, but he was only one of many problems on the weekend. And you know, I love Bielsa and everything like that, but he took the piss, man. He straight up, he took the piss with Crawley. He didn't take him seriously, and a lot of players that played out there didn't take him seriously either. And that's why they lost. That's the exact reason why they lost. Because there's no way that even with our mediocre fringe players in the first team and under 23s, we shouldn't be beating Crawley Town. But
yeah,
you could see, I could see it in their faces when I was watching the game. They would turn up and do the bare minimum and just go through. And then Bielsa at half time, he took off Rodrigo and he put Jack Harrison up front. He brought on 2 young kids as well, Oliver Casey and Jack Jenkins, that have got no business being in the first team. And that was when he was at 0-0. So instead of making the changes like Sam Greenwood coming on for Rodrigo or for Helder Costa move Rodrigo back, it was all confusing, man. He got it wrong, man, this time. And you have to just hold your hands up and say, you got this one wrong.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, so you definitely think it was that more than anything, just complacency and just the way they underestimated.
Yeah, man. Crawley played well. They brought it. They had all the energy. You know, they had a lot of attention on them for various reasons. You know, Mark Wright being there, and the cameras are there and everything else like that. They were up for it. You could see that our guys thought they could just turn up, do little bits here and there, and come through the victory. And instead, they got humbled, man. There's no other way of putting it. They got humbled. So look at James there, man. Look.
I'm just looking at the chat. Listen, I'm just bringing up the chat. You know what I mean? Listen, I can't say not on KG. We're in a similar position here. I mean, not a similar position. I mean, we didn't lose 3-0, but you faced a much better team in a sense. So it's one of them. Like, Leeds, they're gonna get, they're gonna get a lot of people jumping on them now because they lost 3-0 in this game. Let's be honest. Anyone takes any opportunity they really can to, attack Leeds United, even though he's done very, very well. I think the FA Cup's very necessary as well. I think the number one objective, just get as many points in the league as possible. Maybe, I'm not saying you can, but you can, but I'm not saying you will. Maybe try and push for the Europa League. So obviously, consistency has to improve to be able to do something like that. But I think you need to focus on the FA Cup. It's your first season in the Prem. And even though it's an embarrassing defeat, listen, all of us endured it this season. It could have happened in weird, you know what I mean? This is the most weird season that this could have happened. A type of result like that. So that being said, even though Leeds in most games don't have correct approach, it's still, in my opinion, the better approach than what they could take and just defend and sit back.
Yeah, listen, the whole approach thing. I mean, I've seen it again over the weekend. You know, everyone starts to beat us over the head with that again, and you know, just like with rants and stuff, you just have to filter out some of the noise now. It's just beneficial for people to mention these whenever we lose. It's gonna
Yeah.
crop up, you know. And there's now recycled jokes coming in. You know, this all Leeds have lost 3-0, but look at the way they play. It's so amazing. Credit to Bielsa. I mean, that joke has been done to death now. So when you see
Yeah.
that now, I just block those people now. I don't care who it is. I don't know any of these people personally. You can go on the blacklist. You know what I mean? Just if you're gonna critique, come with something constructive, man. Don't just follow sheep and repeat everything you've heard. Because if you saw the team and you saw the performance, you know it's exactly how I said it was, man. It's nothing to do with being open. The goalkeeper is a horrendous. I cannot. It's like Taibbi for you back in the day. It's like Karius for you, James. He's one of these keepers where he just instills no confidence in the players in front. And you can see it as
We've
well.
had a few of them, my mate, don't you worry.
Yeah. You can see in front the defense just look completely. They look shaken with him behind them because they don't know if he's going to come and clatter them. They don't know if they're going to see him in the center of midfield, where he should be on his line. You know what I mean? He's just one of those, man. We just need to cut ties with this racist guy. Get him out of the club, man. Enough is enough for this Kiko Casilla.
Because I didn't hear about what he said, but what did he actually say, and what did Leeds do about it?
Well, this is the thing, yeah. He called Jonathan Lecco something on the pitch, yeah. We all know what that is. But then what made it worse was that Leeds, if you have to read the report to know the full details behind it, so I'll give it as brief as I can. Leeds then tried to make out like he I'd never heard the word before in his life. And at that point, the guy's 32 years old. And he's trying to say that he's never heard before.
Oh, that was him that said, that I know the story, but I didn't know that was your goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. And he got banned for 8 games, got a fine. But even with all the bits of the Black Lives Movement, everything else like that, Leeds didn't see fit to sack this guy, man, and just say, you know what, we've revised our policy now. No, we're late. Sorry about this, but he's gone. The guy's still here, man. You know what I mean? They, and that's the one thing. That's the one blotch on our owner's record, the new owner. He hasn't dealt with this guy on or off the pitch, man. He just needs to go. The guy is a waste of money. And the thing is, people bring up his wages like he's on 40 grand a week. He's not playing anyway, so why not just subsidize his wages and loan him out to somewhere back in Spain, just so he's out of the club and the problem gone. You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to Mark Wright as well, man. Listen, man, 33 years old, getting back in the game. It was written anyway when he took the lead, and I thought he was going to come on with 10 minutes to go, but he came on with like 3 minutes, and I knew it was going to happen that he was going to come on the pitch. It was just written in it.
Yeah. They would have. That was a pre-planned substitution, regardless of the score. You'd think. No, I mean, one of them ones. It would be nice for his documentary now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the game is the game, bro. Like, it was a weird one, man. The FA Cup. Obviously, seeing them pictures, bro. Like, even when you watch that Marina team or whatever they were, yeah, bruv.
Marine.
That's your neck of the woods, isn't it?
Yeah, lads, we went down to have a little look. To be fair, we weren't there for long, but we had a look and it was funny, you know, like, because it's not far from where I live. It's only like half an hour, like, because it's in Crosby, it's by Crosby. So, it was crazy all day. Everyone was talking about it. Even like all old people who live in around that area were like, "Oh my god, it's a big game today, isn't it?" Like, yeah.
So, I mean, Spurs were literally playing against bin men and that. Do you know what I'm saying? And then, like,
ballers, but it's great to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. They were mocking what's his name, Vinicius, yeah, for the celebration, yeah. But someone saying, yeah, that it was for his mum or something, yeah, that died. I don't know. I hope that's true, yeah, because if it's not, yeah, then he has to get cooked. Bro. Like, he has to get cooked. You don't need the Mbappe celebration.
I thought he was doing Mbappe celebration myself because Trent's done it against Leicester last year in December, and I thought it was warranted because he was in good form and he had a great game. But when I saw Vinicius doing it against Marina, I was like, oh, like, I don't know, but he actually looked like he had a serious face while he was doing it.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, if it's about his mum that passed away and that, normally them Brazilian man do that and all that. This brother done this thing. That, to me, you get me? Unless his mum like supports PSG, I don't know, blood. Like, it don't make sense, innit? So when people were saying it was for his mum, I don't know. I just feel like, bruv, after tapping like that, yeah, a tap-in against part-timers, literally, I'm just, bruv, if I celebrate, I might high-five a man or something. Like, it was a tap-in, bro.
It
Like,
wasn't even the
that-
tapping. He smacked it in, man. On the
He's-
line.
he was literally in the net and he smashed it, bro. Like,
Smashed it, man.
I don't know what that was. I think that's just the frustration from like coming into the club and just being on the bench. I think he got a hat trick in it. I think that could have been like his first start or something like that, surely.
Listen, I like that. Listen, that's what a proper striker I'd want them to do. Just twat it and celebrate it, enjoy it, embrace it. Don't give two shiny shites on who you're playing. Just go and enjoy it, because then try and build a little bit of momentum. That's what I'm hoping off the back of our game. And we'll talk about it more in a bit. But it's like, I'm hoping now Salah and Mane, even though they're playing kids, mate, I hope now they can build some form off it. That'd be very, very nice, because they haven't been playing great recently. So it's one of them things with Vinicius, like, you know, he's there. He can at least, he can be someone you can rely on if something is to happen to the Harry Kane or whatnot. Even though it doesn't prove himself to the highest level, like you said, playing against essentially bin men. No disrespect to bin men, because of course they are essential, but they're not the highest ballers. So it's not one of them where he's proven himself, but he's still showing aggression and he's still showing passion for it, and that's what you'd rather have for your strikers.
Yeah, like Dele Alli was looking like prime Ozil, blood, like in that game, like getting assists and all them things there. Like, do you know what I mean? So that tells you, the level of the opposition. Do you know what I mean? The pitches were mad. They had the man's door numbers on the side if the ball goes over and that. Bro, it was funny, innit? Like when I was watching that, it was kind of sick, because it almost looked like, you know, when you go Westway or you go goals on that, and you've got like the nets around the pitches and stuff, and people are watching on the outside. It kind of had that kind of feel in it. Like them pitches are mad. Like
I
it's just mad. I've never seen anything like it.
We've been seeing. I loved it more than what we've been seeing recently. I reckon it was boss, mate. It was dead funny. Yeah. Someone was having a spliff on there as well on live television. We're talking BT Sport, and someone was chonging, mate. Absolutely sensational.
That's it, man. And people are chilling in their back garden. Do you know what I mean? Like watching the game, people hanging out the window. Like, nah, man. Like that's what the FA Cup's about, bro. That's the magic of the FA Cup, innit? Like, honestly, as much as it might have lost a bit of its sparkle and that stuff like that. Honestly, like that's what kind of makes it special, bro. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like stuff like even the fact that they even got to play Tottenham, bro, and Tottenham got to come to them as well. Like stuff like that, you're not gonna see that nowhere else, man. You know what I mean? So that's what will always make the FA Cup amazing.
Yeah, I was just saying to everyone around, like if we because everyone was saying, "Oh, the boss if Marine could win," but it's like even if they don't, this is still a fantastic thing for their club and a great day for all of us. When was the last time we got to have like a little day feel where we're not just equal with each other because it's Liverpool and Everton? It's like it's one of them things, mate. Like we always like back on Marine, do you know what I mean? And it was just a good little day, and I enjoyed it. And like you said, it was just the perfect FA Cup vibes, which you kind of miss sometimes nowadays.
Yeah, facts. It was quality. Big up everyone inside. Make sure you smash that like button. What did you make of your game then? You lot were playing against what I want to say the under-21 team, because what was it? Because of a COVID outbreak or something like that? Or it was because they quarantined off their training ground or something, innit?
It was a mixture of their under-23s and their under-18s, because even some of their under-23s couldn't make the game. So that was one thing. And then do you know what it was? It was my first watch along on my channel as well. Better games to do a watch along to start. Like, not gonna lie to you. That being said, it was just frustrating. It was eye scratching. It's like you're playing 12-year-olds, mate. Like, I know that all you're supposed to do in that situation is go and win, especially in the FA Cup competition where we haven't done that great. But there was just so many weird things. You can start off with the lineup, because even though when I was given the reason from Jurgen Klopp to why he started the lineup that he did, which was, that was the lineup we were going to play 3 or 4 days previous when we thought we'd be playing their big team. Because that's what you've got to remember. Everyone was informed this 3 or 4 days before. So he's just gone, right, we're going to stick with the team we're going with. And that's what we basically did. So when he said that on an interview before the game, I was like, fair enough then. At least now I know why he's gone with this approach. However, he doesn't help himself, and he does kind of put his foot in the mud, because when you're 1 minute talking about that you need resting and you need to do this and you need to do that, and then you're playing play in a meaningless game like a few weeks ago, which I ranted on here in Midtjylland in the Champions League. Diogo Jota's been out since that game, by the way. We were through. We were guaranteed top, by the way. We never needed any points out of that game. That's still a big game for them because how often do the champions of England go to their country? Do you know what I'm saying? In Midtjylland. So this was like another one of them type of scenarios. However, even, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I just understand why people will criticise them for it. Then the game itself. We controlled possession as you knew we would. We were the best team as you knew we were going to be, but we're supposed to be. We're the champions of England and we're playing against, I don't even know if they're the champions of the under-23s league. I've heard they're very, very good, but it still doesn't really make a difference. There's a very big level between where they're at and where they're trying to get to. One thing I noticed in that game was Reece Williams, and I don't want to go too hard on the kid because he has had a few good performances. I'm more talking to the clubby and the player because he shouldn't be ready yet. So don't think people are like writing him off completely. It's just right now, he is not good enough to be Liverpool's centre-back for the rest of the season. And that was established because he was playing at his level in that game. That's his level. He is under 23s. He is not a first-team squad player. And I say this all the time, you know, people mention Liverpool's money situation and whatnot, and even if we've got it, we're not looking on spending it because of the circumstances. Jurgen Klopp wants a centre-back. Don't get it twisted. If he had the money available, he would go out and get a centre-back. It's people above him basically saying, we're not spending no money this month. But that's because they're just happy with where they've got the club to. Whereas me, I'm a Liverpool fan who wants to see, I've just tasted us winning the league. I want to taste that again. We're going to only do that by, and then people bring in the argument, but Liverpool don't want to spend. Who's the great option? It's like, well, you shouldn't go into the season with 3 senior centre-backs. Oh, by the way, 2 of them are always injured, in Joe Gomez, or have injury problems. It's just naive. It's very, very naive. And I just think going forward now, with the talks that I've said it for time, but I'm 99% sure we're not going to get a centre-back this transfer window.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Therefore, I think that could be a big thing in terms of what it could mean for the title race, because Joel Matip can't play more than 3 games. And that was just shown in this game. Reece Williams, if you're going to rely on him for the rest of the season, then you don't want to win this league. You're going based off pure hope and Thiago. Because other than that, mate, you know, we haven't really got much into the form right now to be excited about. And even in the second half, when we got all them, you know, consecutive goals and all that, you could see the players were just like, what the fuck was even that first half? He was still looking at that. Even when Genie scored, he didn't put a single smile on his face because he was just there and he was fuming for the fact we were even level for more than 45 minutes of a game against these. Do you know what I mean, lads? It was weird. I don't know what it is about Liverpool right now in terms of approach, because obviously, as far as I'm concerned, our last game was Southampton and we lost that game 1-0. That's a friendly to me. We're not playing a team. Do you get what I mean? So it's like now, I just hope we change system a little bit. Mane and Salah can kind of get out their own arse and stop being a bit selfish, because even though Salah is the one notoriously known for being selfish, Mane's been selfish for a good month or 2 now. Like
because he's not scoring, bro.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then this is where Klopp needs to step in, because we shouldn't be having guaranteed starts. Do you know, Trent has another shit game against Man United and then another one after that. I want him to be dropped for in my opinion, James Milner, but even Nico Williams, who was having a few good games before Trent came back from injury. It's like, I don't want to have this thing where Salah's got to start because he's playing well. Salah's playing shit. Get Shaqiri in, someone who looks like when he comes off the bench, he wants to make a difference. He made the difference against the Aston Villa. He literally came on, got 2 assists. He changed the game. So I want to see someone like that start, because all season he's looked like he's wanted to take his chance. Salah recently hasn't looked like he wanted to take a chance. Same with Mane. But Mane at least does track and back side of things. So maybe it's stupid of me to say take out our goal scorer, but change the system, get it more fluid again, because right now nothing's working, and it's a very weird run of form that Liverpool are in, and there's many problems, and even Klopp's getting triggered left, right in interviews. It's just mad.
Do you think that it's going stale there, bro? Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like when you look at the age of some of these players as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say, like, Mo Salah, is probably coming into the last big contract of his career. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how old is he, bruv? Like, he must be what, late 20s?
He's late 20s, but I look at Mo Salah.
Yeah, he's 28, so he's 29 this year, Mo Salah. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how old Sadio Mane is, yeah.
He's about
but
27, 28.
Yeah, he's 28
Mane's
as well,
older.
bro. He's
Is he?
29.
Yeah.
He's 29 in April, bro. So do you know what I'm saying? These guys, they've won pretty much the Champions League, the league now. Do you know what I mean? Like, these men can retire happy, innit? If we're being honest. They get into the last big contract. Your last big contract of your career is between 28, 32 years old. We say 29, 33, if you're lucky to play that long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that these men are just losing the hunger now?
No, because the thing is, individually, they actually, like, in some senses, are looking better. It's actually just collectively as a team, it just doesn't look as fluid, in my opinion. Like, I'm looking at the movement in the front in the game against Aston Villa, and even games previous, like Southampton, and the players just don't look as underdog factor, you know what I'm saying? And it's not as hungry because they've still got the hunger, but it's just, there's just, like what you said, just a few things that aren't right. I don't think it's stale because I think, for example, Salah, he's like comfortably in his prime. Whether you think he's a good player or not, it's up to you, but he's still, you know, in my opinion, I'm looking at him and I'm like, yeah, he's in his prime, yeah. Same with Sadio Mane. And Firmino's still one of them, like, even though he's played well recently, still got to show him a bit more to prove, like, you know, he's still more than good enough to be in this team. I'm excited for Jota to come back because I think he'll add a lot. Thiago came back at the perfect time because, as you know, Liverpool fans just absolutely, lack of a better term, cream their kecks every time they see Thiago walk on a football pitch, mate. Every time he does a 5-yard pass, oh my god, like on it, because you know what you see, even though it's only a 5-yard pass, you know there's a difference between him and a lot of other players you've had recently, do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just great to see that aspect, but there is also so much other. I'm just hoping it's form, do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pointing out these little things, I'm just hoping it's form, and he'll just come back together. Whatever this is, I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever that is, just that to that. I'll be boss.
And they're saying, what do you make of him though? Because for me, that's the kind of game that you play Origi, you know what I mean? You play Shaqiri and these, man, and you still beat these kids. What did you make of him playing Salah or Mane and then complaining about the fixtures?
That's what I mentioned before. He just doesn't help himself. He puts his foot in the mud in a sense. Like, you know, 1 minute you're talking about injuries and you're not utilising your squad depth. And it's just one of them. Like, even though the excuse you came out with was that was the lineup originally, it doesn't matter. It's like, come on, you now know the opposition you're facing. And like you, I thought we should have won that game no matter who we started. If we started our under 23s, that'd give us a good chance.
You probably beat them with your under 23s.
But even if they're better than us at under 23s, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not educated on the subject, it's still, you'd expect your B team or even your C team in your first team squad to be able to beat them, even if you do throw in a few youngsters in there. Don't get me wrong, like Nico Williams looked good in the game, but Reece Williams looked like he was at his level, got absolutely outpaced by Louis Barry. Louis Barry's a really good baller, but still wouldn't expect him to score against Liverpool's first team.
But this is the mad thing about football though. Sometimes when you see players, in certain environments, you realize what their level is, and it also lets you know, how important it is. Sometimes you see just decent players playing with very, very good players, and I've seen it a lot of the time over the years with Manchester United, because Manchester United as a club have probably produced some of the most players to go and have careers in the Premier League, even outside of our club. Do you know what I'm saying? And you see players that when they were in our club, there was a lot of promise for them in the youth team. People were saying, oh, they're going to make the first team. And then they just end up having very good Premier League careers. Do you know what I mean? Like the likes of like the Danny Simpsons and that went and won a Premier League at Leicester. And do you know what I mean? You see it like the Ryan Shaw-Crosses of this world and all these other guys, like they go and they just have a Premier League career. But sometimes, when they're playing around good players, they look better than they are. So sometimes when they do play in these cup competitions and they're playing against lower levels and you see them playing with guys that are maybe a league 2-3 leagues below them and thinking, right, these men don't actually look better than these guys, bro. Sometimes it's an eye-opener. It gets like that sometimes. And I think with the younger lads, when they're playing in the first team and they have one good game because they're playing next to Virgil van Dijk and then everyone says, yeah, he's ready. Sometimes it can be a hindrance to them, especially if they start believing.
Do you know what I don't get? Do you know what I don't get? And I know that he was nowhere near even probably a good centre back. However, he was still much better than what we've got. Why did we sell Dejan Lovren? if we weren't going to have any ambitions on replacing him, is the question. Because when I say why would we sell Dejan Lovren, a lot of Liverpool fans are like, well, he was shit. But he's better than Reece Williams and he's better than Nat Phillips. And if I said that to you in the summer, you wouldn't have had any problem with me saying that. One, you wouldn't know who Reece Williams was, and two, you would have thought Nat Phillips would have left already because he was close to leaving. So that they're two factors already. They're not even in the picture. So you sell Dejan Lovren for 10 million. Right now, I'm looking at the case. I'd rather have a centre back than that 10 million. Even if it's Dejan Lovren. And people then would argue, well, Dejan Lovren would have got caught out in that situation because, you know, he was slow and he was slow on the tip. He would have kicked his fucking legs and wouldn't have let him go to the goal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have let some kid just run past him because he was at least aggressive.
The only problem with that, James, is it's that addition by subtraction. Sometimes you got to get these players out. Because then if you keep Lovren and then you give him a new contract and he's here for another 3 years, you'll have the Phil Jones problem that Man United.
You can't go into a season. You can't go into a season with these teams.
Yeah. He should. He should have got another one.
So I understand what you're saying there, KG. I really do because you know there's loads of situations like it. Like look at Phil Jones at Manchester United. They stand him on the contract and he's stuck there now. Obviously, I get that, but also we are a team that's going for trophies, and the one thing that stopped us from getting trophies in the past is squad depth. You go back to the Champions League final that we lost. And it was because of squad depth. Salah got injured and we had no one to bring on for him. It's a very similar situation now. Even though you can't predict these injuries to happen, I get that. You should still be aware that you need 4 senior centre-backs within a squad. Yeah. Near enough, every other Premier League team has got it. I see lower league lower teams in the league with more a variety of options. Maybe not better individuals because no one's better than a Van Dijk. But they've got better depth in a sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So Liverpool, if you're going for trophies, you've got to be aware of anything. And if you look at Dejan Lovren now and Van Dijk and Gomez goes out injured, I'm not going to fume with the club. I might still say get a centre-back because we need one right now in terms of desperate measures. But I wouldn't be fuming. We went into the season with what we should have had. But I even said it in the summer. Why are we going into this season with 3 senior centre-backs? And then someone said to me the other day as well, because obviously we knew Fabinho could play there. But then you're losing one of the best defensive midfielders. Why do you want him to cover in a position where we can boss even more when he's further up the pitch?
When he's playing up there,
So it's just weird, man. It's weird. And like I said, 10 million, even though that's probably even more than what Dejan Lovren's worth, I'd rather have Dejan Lovren than that 10 million right now.
No, absolutely. No, I hear that, and it's come through that we've drawn you lot in the flipping FA Cup, mate. Next round, I'm there thinking we're gonna get a lower league team. We got fucking Liverpool.
That is a saucy little fixture, my friend. I don't know why I'm excited because we're shite in the cup. Probably a guaranteed W for you. No lie, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good
in
one.
cup competitions, we seem to do all right against you. It's the league that we got problems.
Nah, we're shit in cup competitions no matter who we face. My mate at Shrewsbury last season. A bunch of 15-year-olds this season. Who's it going to be next season? You know what I mean? It'll be in a either way, it's used next.
That's what I mean, bro. Hey, guys, where is it? I'm guessing it's at Argaff then. It's at Argaff, I'm guessing, because everyone's saying United, Liverpool.
Yeah.
I hope it's at ours.
These flipping things are rigged, mate. Arsenal got Wolves away, which would be interesting. Spurs have got Wickham. You see what I mean? These men are trying to give Jose a flipping trophy by any means.
Yeah.
Trying to give him Wickham.
Man went from Marine to flipping Wickham, bro. Are these men taking a piece? Bro, it's the same level opposition, bro. Some idiot business, bro. I'm tired of it. How are we getting Liverpool this early?
How are we getting used this early? I understand that it ends up being a bunch of 15-year-olds, but we were going to play Aston Villa, who were a very, very good team. We were going to play them. So we weren't given an easy journey, and now that we're playing Man United, bloody hell, mate. Get the big teams out the way first, they say, don't they? But I don't know. I actually hope Liverpool take it serious.
Now it'll be interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? That's another game I'm not looking forward to because let's be honest, our manager's cup form is very bad, to put it mildly. Do you know what I'm saying? What, we're out of 4 semi-finals in 4, and now we've got Liverpool next. So I don't know, bruv. It could be another cup competition, man, are exiting from prematurely. So, like, I can't say I'm confident about this, but it is at home. So, I don't know. We're just gonna have to see, innit? Unless guys, we're still banking on us winning the league, or are we off that yet? I'm not sure.
Are you off that?
Are you
Or
off
was you
it?
never on that?
But I was never
No, he
on
was
it,
on
bro.
it. He
Yeah.
told
I
us.
wasn't on it. I never said, yo, we're gonna win the league with my chest, bro. I didn't say that. There's no way I could have said that. Man, them know me
Yeah,
already.
I was
I'd never
thinking
say
that, you
that.
know, like you.
I
When I
can't
jumped
believe
in
that.
after, who did you beat in the league? You beat was it Wolves? I'm not sure. When I jumped in, and it was like it was the show that you do after games. I can't remember who you played. Either way, I jumped in after it, and even though Rants was talking, you know, a good bit of smack, good, you know, he seemed like he might have had crack before the stream. Might have. The others were much worse. The others were much worse. Like Saeed, mate, Saeed,
Oh,
Saeed
yeah,
was
yeah,
moving
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
Coming on my
Saeed,
channel
know.
after this, as a matter of fact, but Saeed, look at the game
He's
of
funny, man.
opinions, yeah.
He's funny, though.
Saeed was saying all sorts. My thing is, yeah. Oh wow, we got Burnley, Liverpool, Fulham, and then Liverpool again. Flip's sake. That's a mad thing. You know what I mean? But now, honestly, yeah, no matter what I've said, yeah, no matter what I've said in terms of our form and all these other things, bro, even at the most carried away I got, I was never like, yeah, we're gonna win the league. Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Like, I can't believe it. Like, do you know what I mean? As much as I would love it, let's be honest, bro. Like, people know me, like I say how I feel in it. Like, I just cannot see a way on this planet that we call Earth, yeah, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wins a Premier League title. I cannot see it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, better managers have tried and failed than this guy. I cannot see it happening, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's my honest opinion.
I think it's because your fans kind of look at the players you've got on, because your players are more than good. That starting 11 is more than good enough to win the league.
Yeah.
Like, maybe defensively you need to improve there, but get a good centre back in to just at least tidy everything up, or even like a Bayu if he could stay fit. Or use a title contenders based on that starting 11. But that's what I agree with, and that's the argument I made when I came into the stream. I just don't think you've got everything, all the right pieces together to be able to maintain. It's all right.
Remember, I was the one saying we were in the title race.
Yeah.
And obviously you saying we weren't in the title race. And I said to Kagey, I said, yeah, that Tottenham, they're not in the title. I'm not taking them seriously. And you were like, oh, you're hoping and that, bruv. Look at them. Tottenham are doing Tottenham things, bro. Like, Mourinho is going to have them in the conference. Bruv, they're not doing jack shit, bro. I promise you. They're not doing nothing, bro. They're not doing nothing. There's 2 or 3 teams that are going to finish above them comfortably.
We will see.
Do you know what I'm saying? Liverpool and Man City are comfortably finishing ahead of them. Do you know what I mean? And if we pull our fingers out, we could also. So it's one of them ones where, for me, they was never in the convo. It was always a 2-horse race for me between Man City and Liverpool. And I tipped Man City at the start of the season, even before I knew about injuries or any of these things. I tipped Man City, and the way they're defending right now, you know what I mean? You have to favor them. We've never been talking about Man City's defense before. It's always been about how well they play in football. But now they're very hard to beat. City didn't used to be hard to beat.
Yeah, no. Defenses, we realised this when Van Dijk came in. Defenses secure your leagues. Do you get what I mean? So, like, however close you are to winning a league title, they are the thing that gets you over the line. And John Stones and Diaz right now are probably one of the best partnerships I've seen since Van Dijk and Matip, when Matip was able to play a consecutive run of games at the end of the season where we were competing with Man City. So it's one of them things, mate, where it does help make a hell of a difference, because all you need to do is get 2 or 3 goals. Man City can get 2 or 3 goals. You know, in any game they can get 2 or 3 goals. They got the offensive threat. They're never going to have a problem with that. But it was always being able to lock up at the back and being able to stay composed during games. And John Stones has gone to a completely different level. Diaz has been probably the signing of the summer. I mean, maybe you could bring in someone else, but in terms of an influence on a squad mate, Diaz has been insane, and that's what Pep needed. He just needed to go backline to do that. And I think, to be honest, in the current mindset, and not even just based on our form, obviously, ever since Van Dijk went out, you have to take consideration. I'm probably slightly going more with City now. Do you know what I'm saying? But that can change. I'm still going to stick with me chest to say Liverpool, because that's what I've been saying from minute one. But like you said, Rand, defences win you. Well, you never said that, but defences get you there. Do you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out Cancelo as well, man. He's improved so much, man. Like, he's becoming undroppable for them too. So yeah, man, big up Cancelo.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. City are quietly going about their business. Do you know what I mean? They're quietly going about their business. I'm not gonna lie, because I know they've got 2 games in hand, and people say I'd rather have the points and so on and so forth. But it's mad. I don't know why. I don't know what's changed. I don't know. It almost looks like Pep's becoming a bit more pragmatic here, because he's just fed up of falling short, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Something's changed. Maybe the new coach that they must have brought in when Arteta left. Maybe it's that, because defensively, they look
as well.
Solid. Maybe so, yeah. But I just think defensively, the organization.
It's also they don't have a proper striker. They don't.
I know, but when we played against Man City, I've never seen Man City play with 2 banks of 4 before and actually defend comfortably. I've never seen it. And I don't think that that's a personnel thing, because they had flipping Mahrez and Sterling playing centrally and De Bruyne going where he wants and that. Like, that looked drilled to me. That's not associated with City to me. I associate City with all the pretty triangles and all these other things, but defensively, like, you can catch them on the break. Like, the way they were sitting and quite compact, like, it was weird to watch, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's almost like they said, "Oh, cool, let United have the ball." I was like, I wasn't expecting this. And I don't think the players were either, because they didn't create jack shit. So, I don't know, man. I feel like City just look a lot more disciplined in it now than they've looked in previous years, brother. And I think that consistency defensively could get them over the line in the league. In the cups, especially the Champions League, which obviously is the one that keeps getting away from Pep, I think that style of play might suit them a bit better in the Champions League as well. But I don't know, man. City are looking like they could win the lot right now.
It's been the best they've been since Company left that club.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say.
Super chat. He's saying he's happy with you, United. Ollie will now not prioritize the Anfield game and focus on the FA Cup. I don't think so. I don't know about that. I don't think Ollie's in a position to prioritize anything, bro. Do you know what I mean? But Liverpool can also work out United's tactic. Yeah, both Liverpool and United are 2 teams here that can only play one way in it seems. So both teams are going to know what each other are going to do. It just matters who's going to be the better team on the day. Liverpool are going to play the way they play. United are going to play the way they play. Personally, United giving Liverpool the ball and saying, all right, guys, we're going to hit you on a break. I'm not too sure. It hasn't really fared that well for us in recent times. Do you know what I mean?
That's the way it'll be. That we'll have possession. We're going to control the game. We'll dictate the tempo. It's just if we can take our chances and whether you can as well. You might even get the same amount of chances as we do, or you might get more effective chances like what Tottenham did when we played them. Yeah. But we will control the game. We've even in recent weeks when we've been poor, we're still controlling games. We've still got possession. Yeah. You know what I mean? That hasn't gone. It's just about actually the final thing, which is actually getting the ball in the net, the thing that actually wins your games. That's the only reason why I'm not the most confident right now, because our defence isn't fantastic. We've got many susceptibilities there. And then offensively, everyone seems like got beef with each other behind the scenes. So it's just, it's have all the possession all you want. I already know we're going to have it. We're already going to control the game. We're going to be a better team in that aspect, but the better team doesn't always have the most possession.
But do you think it's the end of an era, bro? Like, with you lot?
No.
Because obviously they say with football, they always say that, like, do you know what I mean? I think that a football team, they probably have about 3-4 years in it, and then you need to buy new players and evolve in it as a squad. This
Yeah.
is probably your 4th year, bro. Like, when you actually look at it, you had your first season, where you lost the Europa League final, and then I think the season after, correct me if I'm wrong, then you won it, and then you won the Premier League, you won the Champions League. That's 4 years, isn't it, since Klopp's been it?
Yeah, this is the way it happened. So the first season we finished 8th and got to 2 finals. The second season we got in the top 4. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but second season we got top 4. Third season we got to the Champions League final and a place higher in the league.
Right.
And then the year after we won the Champions League, then we won the Prem. So like I get what you mean. We've gone up and now we're kind of.
You've had 2 years.
We've had 3 really, really good years. 3 really, because that first year you're talking about, we got in top 4, but 3 years where we got to the Champions League final, and then we took City all the way and won the Champions League, and then last year as well. That being said, I don't think it's because we're done. I mean, I do think people forget.
No, but you had that same front three the whole time. Because Firmino came in before them, didn't he?
Did. We had that same front three.
Firmino came in as a midfielder.
We need to start. Firmino came in. He's been since Klopp came in as false 9. He's always been that since Klopp came in.
But you look, when you first bought Firmino, if I remember properly, when you first bought Firmino, I swear he was playing midfield, like, and he wasn't playing. Yeah, and he wasn't playing either at the beginning when he bought Bobby Firmino. I remember people were laughing, saying, "Yo, he's a flop. He costs X, Y, Z," and then Klopp just reinvented this guy.
4 games. He only played 4 games before Klopp came in. So whoever was saying that, they were saying it to prejudge. And speaking of prejudge, I think it'd be just too soon to say it's end of an era. It very well could be. Listen, fucking hell.
What I mean by that is I think you need to freshen it up, mate. I think that the Salah Firmino thing's fucking stale now.
Every team needs to freshen up every once in a while. And I'm not, when I say freshen up, I don't even freshen up the front three. Get on that. Well, to be fair, next season, I don't want to see Firmino as the number 9. I don't mind seeing him in the team, just not as a number 9. That's my only thing. I've said that for a while now. However, with Salah and Mane, I'm perfectly fine with them. Not on form, but if you'd have said this a few weeks ago, I would have said you're being silly. I would have said you're being really, really silly. Let's be real. Last month, Man City, and I'm not saying everyone, but in a lot of people's eyes, people were writing off Man City in the title race a month ago or a month and a half ago. A lot of people was. Chelsea were in the title race. Get on that. Chelsea were in the title race last month. So it's like, when you put it in that perspective, now Liverpool have had their form. I think it'd just be even though you might be right, it'd be way too soon to say it's the end of an era, because if Salah just starts, even though he's been playing shit, he's still scoring. He's missing a lot of chances, but he's still scoring. So once he gets back into form, Mane gets back into form, it changes, it elevates. Like I said, we're still controlling games, we're doing everything normal. It's just tweaks. Liverpool have had this before, where we've dropped and, it hasn't gone perfect. And we've had to make changes. And that's one thing I love about Jurgen Klopp. Because if we had any other manager, then maybe, it is an end of an era. But Jurgen Klopp can adapt. And, I feel like if he stayed at Dortmund and got given that chance after his last season, or even, I don't even know if he got, I think he might win. What happened? He would have probably, I'm certain he would have brought them back to be a really good team, a league challenging team, and even in the Champions League as well. Same with what he's done at Liverpool, just what he does. So it's not the end of the era, but I'm not disputing there's areas where we need to start rechanging and reshaping up. That being said, we've got a lot of players out where when they come back, it's going to feel like a new squad anyway. So.
Yeah, Kagey, would you make of that though? Because I think they're saying Brendan Rodgers brought in Firmino. Do you know what I'm saying? So the that front three, bro, like we've seen that front three for 4 seasons now. And because of the way Klopp plays as well, because there's not too much creativity and goals coming from that midfield, they're so heavily reliant on that attack that if these guys aren't all firing on all cylinders, it gets a bit sticky for them. Because someone told me a stat, and outside of them 3 and Jota, Liverpool have only scored 6 goals outside of them 4. And really, as a team, that's challenging for the league title. You need goals from other places in your team.
Yeah. You know what? It's a lot like with a successful version. Tottenham, they had all the assets in their team for under Poch, but they didn't refresh that team up at all, man, and it got stale. You could see it. you know what? You could even see in the doc on that Tottenham doc, the players were just comfortable. You get used to it. There's no pressure. You know you're going to be playing week in, week out. There's no one pressuring for your spot. And that's why I think Firmino had that jolt once Jota got injured, because he's like, oh, there's someone here now to get my spot. Jota's out for a bit now, so Firmino's back in. They've just got comfortable again. You know, going back to that Southampton game, the thing that Liverpool are lacking now is some urgency, man. You know, you can see that the game's going away from you, and I don't see that same urgency like, say, last season or nothing. But I still think they're one of the favourites to win the league, man. I'm not changing it just on the loss of form. But they do need to refresh the squad. And like somebody said there, it's true. Sometimes you need to replace a key player with another key player. You know, just to keep it interesting. You know, you guys are one of the best examples of that. Sir Alex Ferguson did that. You'd be like, how is he selling these kind of players? And then someone else would just slot right in and take over the spot, because he knows it keeps the competition bases up. So maybe they just need to refresh a couple of things. They did it with Thiago, but he hasn't played enough yet. They definitely need some new centre backs, you know, just to, you know, complement Van Dijk, because you can't rely on Gomez and you certainly can't rely on Matip. So yeah, man, just refresh the thing and go again. Like you say, Klopp will know what he's doing. Give him the resources, and I'm sure he'll do it.
All I will say is to anyone, and I know none of you think it really, but if anyone does think it's the end of an era for Liverpool, I really do think that's funny. I do think that's a very, very funny thing, because soon we'll be back, mate. Trust me, we'll be back soon. We'll be firing on all cylinders. We'll probably even look better than City. We probably will. Like, really, because that's just what Liverpool do in a sense, and that's it's just how good Jurgen Klopp is. It's a difficult situation. But if you're going to say it's the end of the era, it makes me laugh, because even though what I said before about currently, I feel like City will go on and win league. You know, overall, I'm still saying Liverpool, because that's what I've said from the start of the season, and that's what I'm going to say till the end of the season, until it's confirmed not to. But on form, obviously City. Do you know what I mean? Just in case it sounded like I was twisting and saying and with me words.
Well, I don't know. When I said at the end of an era, I mean for that front three, not necessarily for you a lot as a club.
Yeah, you know, but I think it's Firmino needs to get out the front three, and Jota. Wherever Firmino needs to go, he needs to go. But that's for me.
It'll be interesting, because the Tottenham comparison, I see that in it, like in terms of the fact that Poch had the team together, pretty much the nucleus of the team are together for more than 4 years. And then after that, certain man need to leave. I'm looking at your squad. Yeah, there's noise about Genie being in the last year of his contract. He probably needs to move on, needs to be replaced.
Nah, he doesn't need to be replaced. It's ridiculous if we don't get him on a new contract, mate. It's stupid if we don't get him on a new contract. There's other midfielders we need to offload before Genie. There's an Oxlade-Chamberlain there who needs to go. There's a Naby Keita there who can go before Genie. I'm more than happy for Naby Keita to go before Genie. Genie does not leave this football club, if I have anything to say about it. But I just do. So it's one of them things.
But that's what I'm saying.
I think Genie's gone, by the way. Even though I'm saying all this, I think he's gone out the door, and it's a shame. It's a shame in the face.
Absolutely. I do think he's gone. And who do you get in that's going to be of his quality? Yeah, that's not going to cost a lot of money, because he's a very good player for what you lot actually paid for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to get the same value for money in this market for someone like him. And also, when you look at the last few players that you lot have signed, yeah, like, no disrespect to Jurgen Klopp, apart from Jota, like the likes of the Minaminos and these guys, yeah, like, they ain't shown me anything to suggest that they're Liverpool players, yeah, long term. So
I don't think he was Klopp signing Minamino.
So who's signing these players then?
Edwards. He's bought them in for the market, I think. There's no way.
I did say that. I said that to you. I did say that.
We did. At the beginning, we all said it was the shirts, and Liverpool fans were adamant it wasn't.
People, listen, I thought because Liverpool don't usually do that. Usually, if we bring in a player, it's for a reason. They've saw something we haven't. However, in this case, I realised weeks ago, and people think I've got this agenda with Minamino. I don't have an agenda with Minamino. Watch on the pitch. He's getting bodied by 17-year-olds. Bodied. Ball, shoulder badge. You know what I mean, mate? If you think he's going to be able to do that my man is 25. He's completed puberty. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no things that's saying that he's going to get. So I'm just, and even when he's on the ball, he runs into nice little pockets of space, and he looks all right on the ball. But I think when we saw him in the league with Haaland, by the way, may I remind you, he was playing with Haaland. It just made him look way better than what we thought, and I do think it's marketing because he is not that good of a player, and I'd be more than happy to see him dropped to the under-23s. Don't think he's even good enough for our second team, mate. I'd rather see Origi, Bikini, and all of them above him. And people have said to me, James, you're way too hard on Minamino. I am all for a player proving me wrong, but not a 25-year-old midfielder who clearly isn't going to be able to match the physicality of this league anytime soon, at the very least.
That's and also on on Wijnaldum as well, man. You're going to be looking for another midfielder that's going to be more than willing to withdraw his own talent, because he plays a certain role for you. But when he plays for Holland, this guy can score goals for fun. You know what I mean? He's creating, he's doing... Yeah. So what Klopp's going to have to do, he's going to have to get someone else that is willing to be as skillful as him, as technical as him, and also just adapt in your system straight away.
Sacrifice himself for the team. And
that's it, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a hard thing to find. I don't know if they've managed it badly and they haven't offered him what he deserves, or if they've not offered him anything at all. I don't know the situation, but I do know that it's going to be very hard to replace a player like him, and especially when James said there's players that need to go before him.
Yeah.
There's players that need to go before.
I think he's been linked with Barcelona, hasn't he? I think if he does go there, he'll probably want to say that he's following that long lineage of Dutch players to play for Barcelona. It's his dream. Could be one of those things.
He said he wants to stay at Liverpool though as well. So that's why I'm just fuming. It's something between him and the club that the club just isn't sorting. But let's even talk about reliability. That cannot go unlooked off this season. Players who play week in, week out, that quality in itself is something else. Genie is there week in, week out playing any game. And the reason I think he's going to go is the fact he's played a full game against 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds just shows that Klopp's going, yeah, man, he's rinsing every last bit out of Genie Wijnaldum that he can, because he's playing him in every game that he shouldn't be playing it. And he has done for the past 80, 90 fixtures. So I just don't understand it. I'm seeing James Milner at 35. I love James Milner. Oh my God, James Milner. Greatest free signing in Premier League history. Come at me. But he's 35, 36. He is going to, start. Already you can see him start to and getting much slower. His intelligence is only going to keep up with him for so long. That being said, we need to start looking at replacement. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's been done for a good season or two now for the fact he can't get on the pitch. It doesn't even look like he's getting injury. He just doesn't seem like he wants to play. And then what else? So I don't think Naby Keita's going to go because he was a big signing. So let's even say Oxlade and James Milner. Them two going. Say you keep Genie, you've just got enough in your middle depth there. So it's not like we're offloading too much. Do you get what I'm saying? Genie's massive in terms of everything that matters. So I'm fuming.
But that's it. And you've just gone through loads of squad players that aren't good enough, bro. And that depth is not really there, bro. And this has always been the argument. This has always been the argument for Liverpool. It's like outside of your starting 11, there's a hell of a lot of questionable players in that squad. You know what I mean? And if you end up losing the wrong ones as well, like losing Wijnaldum when you should really be getting rid of an Oxlade-Chamberlain or something like that, bro, it could be stressful times. Obviously, Klopp's an amazing coach, but there's only so much you can do. When players are injured and you can't select them, it's almost like the manager's out of the manager's hands at that point. So
that's how I feel when I'm watching his interviews as well. That's the way I feel when he's talking about a centre-back. He's talking for the board. He's not talking for himself.
That's it. And like the Albert show, he's saying, bro, Liverpool need to cough up the cash quick. Sustained success isn't cheap. You damn right. You know what I mean? You have to keep
that. Oh my God, that is so perfect. Look at City. They will go out and buy another right back or another left back if the one they bought last summer weren't good enough. If they go out and buy a centre-back because their centre-backs are injured, they'll go out and buy one. And I understand we haven't got the dough Man City have got, but we've got to have... Where's the 10 million for Dejan Lovren? Do you know what I'm saying? Where's the you can offer 15, 20 million for someone. Don't take the piss. You are Liverpool Football Club and you've just won the league and you're telling me you can't find 20 million down the side of the couches for a centre-back. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
No ambition for me. If that's what we go ahead and do, I don't want to just become Liverpool, who's happy with maintaining the top four. I don't want to become an Arsenal, because I know that's what a lot of top of the owner of the clubs, that's what they care about. I don't want us to be that. Us not getting a centre back kind of tells me that, because if you put 2 and 2 together, it says Liverpool needs a centre back in these times right now. So yeah, mate, it makes no sense.
One thing I'll tell you for free, yeah, you look stressed, brother. I swear, if you don't buy a centre back and Liverpool start to fall apart, yeah, the stress that you're gonna get on socials are gonna be, bro. I swear, you're gonna need a pacemaker. I'm telling you, bro.
Mate, I only do, because we're not gonna get a centre back. I don't know, why people think we are gonna get on this. I do a transfer show near enough every day. I've been doing them every other day now, because it's all bollocks, and I need people to come and watch that show. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm doing it for a reason, but it's all bollocks. When I'm talking about it, I've said I'm stopping it. I might do the odd one if there's any sort of substance or any updates, but I'm sick of talking about these possible transfers. And my excuse for doing it was, but it allows us to talk about the possibilities if it was to happen, where he fits in, and that's all right for so long until you're just not gonna fucking get them. So
but that's why, man. That's why, even in the summer and that, I don't do these flipping transfer update daily things, because they're just clickbait, bruv. Like, if you know your club, they're not doing certain business, innit? You know that, innit? With United, I know there's certain business these men are just not doing, bro. You know what I mean? And if you're a Liverpool fan, it's very, very unlikely that you're going out in January and dropping a bag on players. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, on that note about clickbait, I swear one of the rumors got circulated from this show or somewhere else, because you know how I've mentioned I want Tomori from Chelsea at Leeds. Like, I've not heard it anywhere else here, and all of a sudden it became one of those rumors and stuff.
Trust me.
Loads
of shit happens like that, brother.
We're not looking at Tomori. I wish we were, man, but we're not looking at him. But I swear it just comes from podcasts, comes from live streams, it comes from all these places, some of these rumors, man. So you have to be selective on which ones that you're picking up and talking about, man.
No, absolutely, bro. It happens. Rants, you see it all the time.
Can I just reply to this comment and shout out to Ahmed for tuning in, legends. That being said, though, am I wrong for wanting my club to maintain success? I know we've just won a league. I know we've just won a Champions League. But am I wrong for wanting us to stay there? It's one of them things. I don't want Liverpool to get into a position, if we just done it in this moment, we could have stayed there. I don't want to be... I'm seeing it with Arsenal and Man United first. I'm laughing at them for it. So,
yeah, it's not about getting there. It's about maintaining it and staying there. The hardest thing to do is stay there, especially when everyone else around you is strengthening. That's the one thing about the Premier League. These smaller teams are strengthening now. The gap between the bottom teams and the top teams is closing every season when you don't invest.
Yeah,
every season.
This is the same. Yeah, sorry. This is the same argument I have with a lot of Leeds, man, because these guys are too sentimental, man. They want to see these players in the Premier League. They also want to win games, but then some of these players just aren't good enough, man. And if you want to kick on to the next level, you got to ship some of these people out and move on. And there's nothing wrong with that. You want to look after your club first. I'm not loyal to no players, man, and you can enjoy these players. I enjoy Rafinha, but if he moves on, I hope that we get someone else who's equally as good or better. But of course, you always want to improve your team, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. So we're going for what, 10th to 14th now? Next season, I don't want to see us with the same players, also still trying to go for 10th or 14th, while other clubs have probably moved on and got better players than us.
Because if you're going for 10th next season, you're probably going to end up 15th, bro. Because that's what the league does.
Exactly.
So you need to be kicking on, and that's what we saw with Sheffield United. They had a good season, and instead of buying quality players to kick on, they bought a bunch of donuts here. Now look at them. What, are they still on 2 points?
Yeah. And they got Newcastle tomorrow. Yeah.
Flip sake. You see what I mean? So now this is what it is, man. So unfortunately, when it comes to these situations, you have to keep evolving, or bruv, you're getting sucked down further and further down the table, man. So I mean, the fact that Liverpool have won the Champions League and the league in the last couple of seasons, and James knows how important it is for his team to keep developing keep strengthening, do you know what I mean? Then no one can't say anything for Arsenal fans, for United fans, for other fans that want their teams to do the same, bro. Because even when you're at the top, you still got to do it. Probably even more so when you're at the top, because you're the team to beat. When you're the team to beat, you have to keep on bringing more every season. It's not good enough to come back exactly how you were last season.
Yeah. Now, the thing about Arsenal United as well, even with you having this demise over the past 10 or 15 years, it's one of them things you have still always got that pulling power to bring in the absolute, like, at least when you bring them in, some of the best players in world football or some of the most exciting. You might not end up working out, but at the time you can still do it. Liverpool, when we were, you know, in and around the positions where you have been finishing, we were bringing in world beaters at the time of them, you know, being there. You know, Luis Suarez, when he joined, very good signing, but he weren't a world-class superstar who you expected to take. He was a striker from Ajax. So, like, we never really had that main pull. I mean, Balotelli was a big signing. Do you get what I mean? Balotelli was actually a big signing for Liverpool. What?
Yeah, you never brought in superstars ready-made. Probably Thiago's probably the only one.
That's what Thiago is the best signing we've made from the time that we've signed. He's the best player we've signed from the moment we signed him. I've always said that about from the moment we signed Thiago. But it's like with Liverpool, I don't want to get back to that, because because for us getting back to, you know, 5th or 6th, it's probably worse than what it is for you and Arsenal. Like, so we're skint right now. We've just won the league and we're skint, apparently. That's what I'm being told by people who counter the centre back argument. So imagine if we're 5th, 6th, and fucking, you know, no big player wants to join us because we haven't got Champions League. Like, I don't want to get there. And just wanting top 4 is how you get there. You've got to keep wanting the league, and you might miss out on the league. So everything I'm saying that I want Liverpool to do doesn't mean they'll go on and win the league. It's about giving yourself the best possible chance. And that's what I'm saying from my point of view. That's what Liverpool's best possible chance of going on and win the league is, by getting a centre back.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. We got 1.5 in here. Make sure you smash that like button. Let's get us over to 700 likes. James has got a show with Saeed now on his channel. So you lot make sure you head over there. Make sure you subscribe to James, obviously, and Kagey. And yeah, bruv, like, hopefully, bruv, who have you got this week in the league, Kagey?
We're not playing. We're playing on a weekend. We got Brighton at home. So I expect everyone to pick up and pull their socks up and get going again, man. Can't have this again.
That's it. And you lot got a break until you play us, Jim?
Oh yeah.
That's bollocks, isn't it? Like, that's bollocks. We got Burnley away, and then we've got you lot. You lot got a full week's break, so boy, there'll be no excuses, boy. You lot need to bring your A game, because if you come up looking dead, after you've had the whole week off there, then Klopp can't moan about fatigue, then, mate. I tell you that much.
I agree with his agenda. You know, you get injuries, but they do happen. You know what I'm saying? The game that we've dropped points in over weeks, we should still win with the squad that we had available on day. So that's why I haven't been talking about injuries. Overall, in the position in the table, you know, it comes to a factor, because you need a stable squad to be able to maintain great form and, you know, leave the league like what we done last year. However, in individual games and moments, just it hasn't been good enough, lad. So that's why I keep bringing it up. But I'm not ever against Klopp, in case people confuse that. Bloody hell, mate, I'm for Klopp for the next 25 years, if I can. However, I can point out things that he does wrong, and he's done quite a few things wrong recently, in my opinion. So,
yeah, fair enough, man. So you lot smash the like button, head over there, and probably at half time anyway, bruv. Like, in the game, if anything, you can jump in the stream, innit? Because me and Saeed are doing a watch along. I'm guessing you'll be doing one on your channel, so you get me.
Yeah, we'll try and sort something out, though.
At half time, you can jump in anyway, because you can come into our one and stay on your one at the same time. So.
Oh, okay, sweet then.
So at half time, you jump in, bro. Like, you'll be interested, man. But yeah, man, top show. Obviously, top interaction as usual, guys. You already know the thing. Make sure you follow the boys. Hyperlinks in the title.
Come find me on trying to get up to 1K, man. I'm on the road to 1K, so keep subscribing and come over.
Let's get him over there, man.
There.
I mean, KG POV. You man already know what it is, man. Like top show, do you know what I mean? And he turned up, bruv, even though his team got a pamming, bro. You get me? Say, man, I have to respect.
Always.
You know, like that. So big up everyone inside. Head over to James's channel now. Him and Saeed got a show coming up now, guys. And I'll catch you lot tomorrow. Obviously, it's match day. I think I've got like 5 shows tomorrow. So flipping out. I'll see